Well, good morning. It is November 9th. It's a Wednesday, and it is really dark here. It doesn't seem like it's 8:30 in the morning at all. It seems more like it's 6:30 in the morning. It's just really dark. It's drizzly out. The wind is blowing a little bit, and yeah, just not a day you're going to want to be outside, that's for sure. But my husband and I are going to be going to Sears this morning because our Sears where we live is closing. And we were there over the weekend, and we got like some socks. I mean, things are 60 and 70% off, and it was just a good buy, and I needed socks desperately. But anyways, we never went upstairs. And so we're gonna go upstairs and see with their like kitchen stuff and bedding stuff, see what they might have. I could really use a new coffee maker. Anyways, it happens to be one of the main anchor stores of our mall. So it's kind of shocking, actually. It's a huge store. At least it's a huge store for our area. And just to think that it's closing is, it's just kind of sad. I remember when I was 12 years old, and this Sears was in the downtown area of the city, and my parents took me there, and I picked out a bedroom set, a new bedroom set, because I had never really had a bedroom set, and I picked out a white canopy bed, and I'll never forget that. It just was a wonderful time for me, and that all came from Sears. And I don't know, it's just kind of sad, I guess, you know, nostalgia, just thinking back on it. But anyways, I hope everybody has a really good day, and I hope you'll join me for mine. So, talk to you in a little bit. Well, we just got back from Sears, and I thought maybe you'd like to see what we got. They are doing really good with their markdowns, let me tell you, but their coffee makers, 20% off, and they only had like 6 different models, and none of them were really what I wanted. So anyways, this is what I got. I got myself a set of pajamas. And it came with these little footies and a shirt. And then these are really soft. Really soft. And then my husband got a pair of thermal base pants that it just gets really cold in the warehouse when he's got to work in the warehouse part. So he got another one of these because we gotten one before. The other one was black. This one's gray. Then he got some wool boot socks. Those are normally really expensive too. Yeah, those are normally $20, and that I believe cost us $6 or $7. And then we got some just pajama bottoms for him. We got 2 pairs of pajamas that are normally $30, and these were $10 each for 2. You know, 10 and 10. So yeah, I think we did really good. Now I am going to make him some dinner. I was originally going to do some stuffed green peppers, but that'll have to wait till tomorrow because he's got to get to bed before those could ever get cooked. So anyways, I'm just going to cut up some potatoes and fry them up a little bit, and he can have some home fries and a couple eggs and a couple pieces of toast, and he'll be good to go. Hey, I am on my way to our local post office. We have to mail in a sample of the water that is inside our outdoor furnace to make sure that it has enough conditioner. You have to put a conditioner in it in order to not have it like rust out. And so this then tells them how much minerals in that could be damaging the interior of the furnace. And then they do, I think they send us actually an email, and we'll say, you know, well, it's good, you have no problem, or you need to add more, or whatever. So yeah, I need to get this in the mail because it should have really been in there a few days ago. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I thought maybe you'd like to join me. Came into this little store in the little town I live in, and look what that says. Life happens. Be bold. Be strong. Be you. Isn't that cool? Isn't this just the neatest little store? So many beautiful things. And this is the little store. Isn't it just the cutest little thing? Well, I hope you like that little store called Serendipity. That's what it's called. I really enjoy it. And her prices are not bad at all. But it's right across from the post office, so I just thought I'd take a quick trip in there, and I figured you'd like it. Well, good evening. I hope everybody had a really good day. It's kind of dreary here all day long. It was really hard for me to get motivated. It's kind of amazing that the weather can affect me so badly, but it really does. But there was something that I wanted to talk to you about tonight, and I don't know how many of you are on Facebook, but there was, leading up to the election, there was, I have a hair in front of my face, I can feel it. There was a lot of really nasty posts, you know, and I would just, you can go up to on that right-hand corner and you can just click hide this. That's all I would do, you know. But through the weeks leading up, you know, some of them were quite nasty, and like I said, I just deleted them. But now what really surprises me is after the election, the amount of downright cruel and horrible things that people are saying about their friends when they find out that they were either a Clinton or a Trump supporter, depending on which, you know, whichever side. And to the point where, I mean, there's people, I'm reading their posts saying, I've unfriended every person that liked Trump. And I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking, wow, there's a problem here. And I understand hate. I understand how some people can be so vile with their words that you need to unfriend them, because that is not a friend. But what I'm talking about is people who just had a difference of political opinion. They weren't being nasty. They weren't being vile. And now they're not going to be friends, and unfriended them. I think that demonstrates the absolute shallowness within a person that can do that, because they can just dismiss a person like they're nothing. They're just like yesterday's trash. Just throw it out the door. I don't understand that, and I'm not even going to try to understand that. But I have also noticed that a lot of people are very fearful, which, okay, I can understand that to a point. because a lot of these people are very young and they're bringing up their families and they have young children and they're looking at their children's future and questioning whether or not there's even going to be a future for this child of theirs. And my children are all grown, but you know what? I do have grandchildren. And I think that what we have to remember is that, like I had said in my post yesterday, God is still on the throne. He's still in control. And we read in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, and I'm going to read it from you from my Bible here. It says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." That's from the New King James Version. Now I want to read it to you in the, I think it's the NIV. I'm not really sure now that I think about it because I didn't write it down. I'm sorry. But it says, "For God did not give us the spirit of timidity," fear, that's in parentheses, "but a spirit of power, of love, and of self-discipline." And I like the self-discipline because I'm not seeing a lot of it. At least not on Facebook. You know, healthy fear is an emotion that warns us of danger. And it helps us to prepare to respond correctly. But the spirit of fear is something beyond that because it disrupts your life. It disrupts your ability to think clearly. It drains you of your spiritual strength and it clouds your judgment. I mean, you just don't have good judgment. It's, not a good place to be. And the word power in that is actually, it's saying strength that comes from God. So he has given us strength from God. And I think that that's something that we need to hold on to because self-discipline and good judgment, that is something we need to be praying for and we need to be working on. We cannot be paralyzed with fear because that kind of fear never comes from God. That is from the pit. That is from our enemy. I read recently that there is 366 fear nots in the Bible. So I really think that God is not condemning us for feeling fear. But basically, I think what he's trying to do is, you know what? When you experience fear, you need to do the right thing. And we need to work on committing that type of fear to him and placing it at the foot of the cross where it belongs, because Christ defeated that. And another thing I think we have to realize is fear comes from, it's kind of like something that can come within us. And then when we start to experience this fear within us, it can cause a whole lot of problems outside of us. Just like all these people clicking their friends off of Facebook. You really think that that's not going to be a problem down the road? Probably not with some of them with friends because they don't really see them anymore. But there's actually family members that are unfriending family members. And it's like, really? That's your family? Over politics? Over an irrational fear? Because I got to ask, what is different today from yesterday? Except we have a presidential elect that will be going into office in January. I also want to encourage you to remember Matthew 6:34, because Matthew 6:34 says, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." I love the way the NIV puts that, and I'm not a big NIV fan, but I like the way they put that verse. So you know what? If you need victory over fear, you need to turn to Psalms 91 and you need to read on it. And you need to meditate on it. And you need to commit those fears to the foot of the cross where they belong, because he has not given us the spirit of fear, but he has given us a spirit of power and love. And please, we need to remember that. So I'll leave it with that. And I'd like to also remind you that life happens, so let's enjoy it. God's in control. He's on the throne. Put any fears you have at the foot of the cross and leave them there. God bless. I'll see you tomorrow.